¿Cómo están? No sé si me extrañaron, gente. ¿Cómo estamos, gente? Estamos con un nuevo video, gente. Regresamos, gente. Estaba ocupado en estos días, gente. No estaba haciendo ni directos, nada. No estaba subiendo nada. Disculpe, gente, no estaba haciendo ni un juego. Así que estaban unas cosas, bueno, priorizando algunas cosas importantes, gente. Pero nada, ya estamos acá, gente. Estamos con un nuevo juego. Estamos con un nuevo juego que parece que es de aventura. La gente que le gusta, no sé, los seres antinaturales, los seres super, lo paranormal, ¿no? Los seres míticos como los vampiros, hombre lobo, gente. Aquí estamos con un juego que se llama Vampyr, gente, que es netamente nuevo por The Play Plus. Es completamente gratis para la gente que tiene suscripciones, así que se les invita a que lo descarguen y prontamente también descarguen el Need for Speed, que está completamente gratis por Play Plus, gente. Nada, vamos a jugar primero Vampyr, gente. Yo soy muy fanático del tema de las, no sé, tema relacionado, tema de vampiros, hombres lobos, brujas, entre batallas entre ellos, así que vamos a ver cómo nos va con este gran juego que se ve muy bueno, muy bueno. Así que espero que me acompañen, sigan suscribiéndose, gente. Yo sé que he estado un poquito desaparecido, gente. Casi se iba a cumplir una semana de que no estaba subiendo directo, gente. No estaba haciendo ni un video, pero no podía quedarse así. Así que vamos a darle con este gran juego de vampiros. Por lo que tengo entendido, este juego se trata de como una batalla, como una pandilla de territorios de vampiros. Así que un poquito más vamos a averiguar de qué se trata. Ya, ok, vamos a ver una advertencia. ¿No tienes esta advertencia? Vamos a ver esta advertencia que nos está mencionando. Dice: aunque se basa en los conocimientos médicos vigentes de 1918, a veces Vampyr se toma algunas libertades para establecer vínculos entre teorías científicas y criaturas sobrenaturales con fines dramáticos. En otras palabras, no intentes curar ninguna enfermedad con ninguna de las recetas que aparecen en este videojuego. Así que, gente, ya sabe, es una gran noticia, es netamente un videojuego, gente. Sí. Por último, no se daña ninguna rata en la creación de este juego. Así que vamos a ver de qué se trata. Hola, Juanpa, ¿cómo estamos, Juanpa? Un saludazo, hermano. Qué bueno verte nuevamente por acá, por los directos. Sé que tú estás haciendo directos, no estás haciendo videos, así que me encantado de verte por acá, Juanpa. Te mando un saludazo, hermano. Cuídate bastante. Vamos a ver, sea responsable de sus acciones. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, bueno, ok. Vampyr, gente, es muy bueno. Parece de terror, gente. Entonces está muy bueno para esta hora de noche. Así que vamos a ir jugándole la primera parte, gente. ¿Qué es esto? Lugar vacío. Vamos a ver. No hay ningún juego guardado. ¿De qué se tratará? No sé. Vamos a ver de qué se trata. Venga. Hasta que como que está cargando. Ah, ok. Juego nuevo. Claro, juego nuevo. Espérate. Vamos a guardarlo acá en el primero. Vamos a ver las opciones. Audio, video, acción de juego. Acción de juego. A ver, bloqueo automático activado. Vértice G, no sé, rotación de decoración de visión activado. Vértice G, vibraciones, esquema de control. Bueno, vamos a dejarlo así, ya está. Vamos a hacer por juego nuevo ya. ¿Qué dice? Modo historia. Hay modo normal, modo dificultad. A ver, vamos a leer cada uno para ver de qué se trata. Modo historia, a ver, juega Vampyr con un bajo nivel de desafío. Esto recordará una parte importante de la experiencia, pero le permitirá disfrutar de las historias y explorar con poco peligro. El combate es muy fácil y hay recompensa por finalizar el modo sin matar a ningún ciudadano. O sea, ok. A ver, juega con experiencia original de Vampyr. El proceso de los personajes más rápido si matas ciudadanos. Ok, la dificultad de los combates está relacionado con la cantidad de ciudadanos que matas. Ok, vamos a poner por esto ya. Vamos a comenzar con el normal, gente. Vamos por el normal. Después vamos poco a poco, vamos a ver el tema dificultad difícil. Pero primero hay que aprender de qué se trata el juego, gente. Así que vamos a ver. A ver, hasta que carga, gente. Gente, hay un juego, ay, verdad, vamos comentando también, gente. Hay un nuevo juego también en Play para toda la gente que tiene en Play, que se llama Roger Company, ¿ok? Que anteriormente estaba en PC, ahora está netamente para Play, así que está completamente gratis, gente, para que lo puedan descargar. Así que aprovechen. Este es el conocimiento para ustedes, gente. Así que para que puedan descargarlo.
Born from 8 restless nights, 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner, 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. It is perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London.
Para alguna vez, tal vez sea el último baile de sus habitantes solo para enfrentar la muerte y confrontarlos por los extraños y los conocidos. Los mortales se esperan por
The falling of a star, a dire presage, turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war.
Se ve un tema muy... un juego de como tipo así, tipo cómic, no sé si tipo cómic. Hola, hola Matías, ¿cómo estamos? Hola Matías, saludo Matías, saludo por allá. Saludo, te mando un saludo. Estamos ahorita con Vampyr. Si eres de las personas que te gusta lo sobrenatural, es un videojuego apto para que puedas ver. Un juego muy bueno, muy bueno, muy bueno. Tienen como el acento, ¿no? De todo vampiro, así como antiguo, ¿no? Vampiro antiguo, tiene ese acento británico, así. Wow, está muy bueno. Bueno, en realidad, si eres si te gusta, sí, bueno, está apto para todos en realidad, está apto para todos, apto para todos, pero es relacionado todo por el juego sobrenatural, así que si eres la persona que te encanta lo sobrenatural, los vampiros, hombres lobos, está muy bueno. Yo soy muy fanático de eso. Wow. Wow, acá, bueno, acá comienzo, creo, a moverme. Miren. Ok, ok, tengo que seguir la sangre. Ah, vale, este parece que es un vampiro. Por la forma que ve la sangre. Sí. Parece que fueron atacados, algo así. Epa, parece que fueron atacados por vampiros, ¿o qué pasó? Epa.
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on. Please, hold on.
Dicen que la mordida de un vampiro es como el veneno de una cobra, ¿no? De una serpiente. Como que los dientes inyectan como supuestamente dicen, ¿no? El veneno o lo que lo hace convertirse, ¿no? Y la sangre es como si fuera como el antídoto o el toque que necesita para volverse como un inmortal. Bueno, lo que tengo entendido.
No! Please, a moment, let me explain.
Ok, acá tengo que correr, me supongo. Sí, voy a tener que correr.
These patrols are after me. No, don't shoot. This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. Over there! No, please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on?
Ay, no puedo golpear. Uy.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about? Shit, where'd it go? Now, I can defend myself.
Ay, corre. Corre.
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice. Who are you? Stupid beast! Sorry.
Corre.
No, please, stop! Who are you? There's one of them birds. What do you want?
Whoa.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about?
Oh, el sol.
I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me. The sun feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Right now! Let me go! Find shelter! Is anybody there?
Que se pone interesante.
Place seems abandoned.
Parece abandonado, dice. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Wow, ese es el primer.
Brother, what have you done?
What did you do?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
A ver, uy, ¿qué es eso? Un cuerpo. Parece muerto por la peste. O algo.
Wait, this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Ah, ahí, así fue como llegó ahí, pero qué raro, pero alguien lo habrá matado.
That's impossible.
A ver, vamos a ver por aquí. Vamos a por aquí. No hay nada por acá. Vamos a ver por aquí. Vamos a ver arriba. Vamos a ver arriba.
Échala y anda lleva tus juguetes a tu cuarto. ¿Ya?
Vamos a ver arriba, vamos a ver arriba, vamos a ver arriba. A ver, a ver, a ver, a ver, a ver, a ver. ¿Qué hay aquí? Ahorita todo eso está destruido acá. A ver, ¿qué hay acá? No hay nada acá. Acá hay algo. Acá, no se puede hacer un reflejo. ¿O sí? Neta, pero no se puede reflejar.
Who goes there? Who's there? Are you referring to me?
Wow, y no yo lo sabía. Alguien lo había muerto.
No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Se mató, ¿por qué se habrá matado?
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! No. There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital! Done. He'll live. And now what? We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy. This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all.
It's a nightmare. That's it.
A ver, vamos a ver. ¿Qué más vi?
So be it.
La bala de plata no creo que funcione.
Thinking only.
Vampyr. Ya ves, no puedes morir.
This is absolute madness.
Wow, ¿qué es esto? A ver. Las camas de los escondites te permiten evolucionar y descansar. Usa puntos de experiencia para subir el nivel y mejorar tus habilidades vampirescas. Vamos a ver. What? A ver, ¿qué es esto? ¿Cuánto? ¿Y cuáles son los puntos de mi habilidad? Que quiero ver. Por comenzar a seleccionar la habilidad dispone autofagia. ¿Qué? Autofagia. Wow. Mira. Ah, ok, entendía. No puedo hacer todavía esto más hasta aquí. Ok. ¿Qué es esto? A ver, ¿qué es esto? Arroja una lanza hecha de sangre que puede atravesar a través de los enemigos. A ver, ¿qué es esto? Coloca una nube de sombras a los pies de los objetivos o de los tuyos luego de unos momentos. La nube explota. Muy. Epa, mira, ¿qué es esto? Ya, aumenta el daño infligido cuando usas mordedura en combate. Aumenta la regeneración de vida cuando usas la mordedura en combate. Ok. No, vamos a ser muy agresivos. A ver, ¿qué es esto? Vamos a aumentar la salud, porque la salud es importante para un vampiro. What the fuck? No llega al 15%, no llega. Voy a tener que usar esto nomás. No, sombras. No, este. No llega. No llega. ¿Cuántos puntos tengo? Tengo 100 de diferencia. Ok, vamos a confirmar. Necesitamos más, creo que no. Ok.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to... The one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
What?
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
What? Se pone más interesante esto. Habilidades vampirescas.
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come on, you coward!
It's locked.
Llave, 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 llave. A ver, tienes ataques con efectos especiales. Tengo la llave.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, ok. Pero qué raro. Conseguí la llave. Conseguí la llave, pero es que la llave está acá abajo, ¿era? O de arriba, no, de abajo, de arriba. Había una llave de arriba que conseguí.
It's locked.
Qué raro. Algo más.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
A ver qué dice. Presione que lo puede usar una estaca e infligir daño por aturdimiento. Se puede morder a un enemigo.
Die, vermin!
Ok.
A strength
Ah,
I
okay.
never knew I had.
Get them weapons ready!
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire.
Ah.
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Ah. Oh. Oh. Oh, qué malo. Qué malísimo soy.
My strength, my
Qué
reflexes.
malísimo soy.
I'm not human anymore. only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us. I have this
Su madre.
thirst.
Hasta la de ratas condenado.
It's locked, all right. The dizziness from the jump. I can
Uy.
control it. I cannot enter. This is despicable. What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered.
¿Qué es esto?
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood. I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone gone? According to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail.
Un escondite desbloqueado. Ok. Vamos a echarnos a ver qué dice. Vamos a ver, aguanta, a ver. Hey. Ok, así.
That's strange. The trail is very erratic, as if the killer was drunk or hesitant. At last, a little life. It's locked. Whoever he may be, the killer recently entered this bar. Maybe some of the locals saw him. Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Where?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
Whoa.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
It didn't deserve this.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And, sir...
Yes?
No funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
This is no place. Freewell has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not excuse me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require them.
I think someone's eavesdropping.
Do so. You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you? I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire.
Present yourself. I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Whoa.
And who might...
60.000 de experiencia, wow.
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul.
Oh.
I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We are both chasing the same shadow.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I'll end him.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Y sangre.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something. I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city? The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge. cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Espérate, pero aguanta. Él debe tener llave, ¿no? Supongo. Ok, no sé qué abrir, pero voy a...
It's locked.
A ver, equípate y presiona por usar tus armas, largo alcance, dirigir daño, está acá. Ok.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
A ver, presiona L3 para detener a los enemigos alrededor. Ok, eso es lo que estoy haciendo. A ver, algunos enemigos con más resistencia a determinado tipo de daño. 4 tipos de resistencia. Física, lucha por huevo, ok. Ok.
Shut that foolish mouth of yours. You never know McCullum to be wrong about anything.
Right. No time I can remember. But I've only been part of the guard 3 weeks to the day.
All the more reason to shut it, Mr. Billy. If the man says a bloodsucker's dug in here, you've got one job, and it...
I like their screams when you...
Over there!
Vamos a ver. Tengo 400, ¿no? No, wow. No pasa nada. Tengo 1000, hoy 1000 de experiencia. La noche siguiente.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Okay. Ah, okay. Ay, bueno, ¿cómo es esto? Okay. No tengo muchas balas, así que lo vamos a cambiar.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Please, let go of me. I can't stand it anymore.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Ah.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by scowl?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Oh.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Por acá no hay nada ni nada. Vámonos. Oh.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. A woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back. But I will tell you, she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming. We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan.
It's locked.
You can do better than that.
Acá había un maní.
Smarter.
Rotten or prissy, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My cuts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place. No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Hay que ser unos vampiros buenos. Debemos ser vampiros buenos.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Whoa, I feel giddy. Did I black out? What happened? Did I black out?
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? Oh, please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really...
Wow.
Seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve. But I must admit, he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks. The ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war. I've carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this facility?
To enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Está bueno.
Goodbye, Milton. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
A ver.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Transfusión de sangre.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True.
Como este juego está bien basado en tipo de investigaciones, bueno, partes sobrenaturales. Está muy bueno, está muy bueno. A ver.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to the shop, with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have to.
Ah, venga, mira, venga.
Tell me more about the experiments with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want?
Venga,
to save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Wow. A ver, vamos a que me cuente la historia, a ver.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Tenemos a alguien más, a ver. Epa, 2500.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Wow.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Vamos, me voy. Vamos a abrir esto. Sale ahí, loco. Tenemos algo más. Uy. Ahí vamos a ver.
I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself.
Wow, ella parece una habilidad vampírica.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself, but I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Okay, vamos a ver la otra pregunta.
Responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Ataque aéreo. A ver, vamos a ver.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was in
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Whoa.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Vamos atrás. No tengo otra pista, sí.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Ah, no, ya lo leí,
When you
le dije.
accepted the job from him, I thought you would have known about your employer.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Bueno, gente, ya casi vamos a terminar. Casi vamos a terminar el directo, gente. ¿Y este quién es?
Good evening.
Rojillo, a ver.
I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
¿Parece extraño?
Pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
Doctor.
Me extraño, tengo que ver esto.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's...
Venga, tenemos alguien más. 2600 diferencia.
I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Okay.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Ooh.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite loud, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. It's locked, all right.
Not now.
No, aquí no. Gente, vamos a encontrar nuestros... Uy, ¿qué es esto? Epa, ¿tenemos algo más? Sierra usada. Ok, tenemos sierra usada. Con papel. Ok, tenemos cosas. Gente, vamos a encontrar la habitación y los quedamos ahí. Ok, en este directo. Mañana mismo, en la noche mismo, tengo que hacer otro día. No, mañana mismo no. Voy a programarme para poder seguir haciendo los directos de Vampyr. Porque es netamente... No sé, son para personas, pero para los fanáticos de sobrenaturales yo creo que sí le van a gustar. Así que, gente, suscríbanse, netamente gratis, no cuesta nada. No cuesta nada, gente. Así que nada. Uy, ¿qué es esto? Ok, ¿qué es esto? Ok.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me.
Bueno, gente, entonces voy a descansar, voy a quedarme aquí. ¿Cuántos experiencia tengo? 700 de experiencia. Ok, ¿qué es esto? A ver, se crea una barrera invisible que absorbe el daño directo hasta que se desvanece. Ok, ¿qué es esto? Bloquearás la sangre de tu objetivo en sus venas y lo dejarás indefenso. Se parece muy bueno. Muy bien, gente, en este momento queda el directo de hoy. Nos quedamos aquí. Espero que les haya gustado este gran videito de este gran juego que es Vampyr, de lo sobrenatural relacionado en vampiros. También tipo relacionado en misterio, investigación y demás, ¿no? Los espero en el próximo directo de Vampyr. No voy a decir el día, así que estén atentos. Si quieren ver, suscríbanse, activen su campanita. Y nada, gente, me despido. Que tengan unas buenas noches.